Thank goodness. I've finished restoring Prime's basic programming, but trying to explain to him why he can't walk is testing my patience. All right, you've got a deal. I'll wrap up my collecting trip and meet you at your headquarters. Now, if you'll excuse me, I still have a few loose ends to tie up before I leave. Now, hold on a moment. If you think you're going to find someone else in the Commonwealth with my level of expertise, you're sorely mistaken. Liberty Prime? Where have I heard that before? Oh, yes. I believe it's some kind of an enormous robot. Intriguing as it sounds, I'm afraid my work at General Atomics isn't complete. Perhaps you could come back another time. Am I? I don't seem to recall agreeing to anything of the sort. Well, mine, of course. The General Atomics Galleria is a rare and unique opportunity to study the robot manufacturer's patented director software system. A single master robot controlling a staff of servitor robots, which in turn maintain a facility in a self-sufficient manner is, well, remarkable. I've already told you too much. Like I said, if you want to study the system yourself, you're going to have to do it somewhere else. I'll work with your team to make sure that the Mark 28 nukes remain stable when loaded into his bomb pack. Shouldn't take us more than a day or so. Liberty Prime will be effective when we get him fully operational. But he'll lack the proper firepower needed to penetrate the Institute's defenses. Intriguing. So, your technicians must use these to calibrate Liberty Prime's internal power system. It's quite an ingenious little device, but it could use some work. While I'm flattered that the Brotherhood of Steel would find me useful, I can't help but be wary of your methods and motivations. Perhaps if you were more specific, we could come to some kind of a mutual understanding. How very interesting. I wasn't aware that you people ever asked for anything. Not the answer I expected, but not altogether unexpected at the same time. Perhaps we should start again. You're joking, right? Ever since that behemoth you call an airship arrived here, everyone in Diamond City's talking about it. The Brotherhood's the biggest thing to hit the Commonwealth since the Institute set up shop here. Now don't avoid the question by changing the subject. Tell me why the Brotherhood's looking for my help. I see. Well, forgive me for the false assumption. I appreciate the confidence, but I'm still a bit concerned. We haven't fully thrown the switch on Liberty Prime, and I'm just hoping all the work I've done to keep his systems stable is going to hold. On the other hand, it's becoming obvious that you won't leave me in peace until I agree to assist the Brotherhood. Are you kidding me? The last thing I need is someone else interfering with my work. Are you kidding me? The last thing I need is someone else interfering with my work. Look, I'm interested in helping you. I just don't like to leave my experiments incomplete. Please don't insult my intelligence. I'm sure that ship of yours has plenty of able-bodied technicians that can fix up your robots. If they sent you out here to find me, they're looking for something a little more specialized. So, you want to try again? That seems rather vague. Here's a list of materials you'll need, and the plans to make the actuators. We'll get those bombs fitted to Liberty Prime as soon as possible. Hope those bombs get here soon. Otherwise, Liberty Prime's weapons efficiency will be fairly limited. Good luck. Once you start building the actuators, we need one for each limb, so you'll need to make a total of 4. So, now that I've formally introduced myself, perhaps you'd care to tell me why you're here. Liberty Prime? Why does that sound so familiar? Well, I'm not sure what types of people you normally deal with, but I certainly won't walk blindly into a situation without all of the details. Ah, I remember now. I believe it's some kind of an enormous robot. Oh, not this again. Time after time I've asked Dr. Duff to join me on these trips, but she insists on staying behind in case anyone requires a biology lesson. Then, when I return after being gone for more than a few days, she scolds me as if I'm a child. I swear, that woman acts as though we're married. Obviously, you're not here to bring me a message from Dr. Duff, so why don't you tell me the real reason you've tracked me down? All right, Ingram. Enough with the school lessons. Oh, well, that puts an entirely different spin on everything, doesn't it? You call this a good start? This poor thing's memory core was completely corrupted. Haven't you people ever heard of inertial dampeners? Titanium shock casing? It won't be easy, but I should be able to make a few modifications and get his basic functions online, if you can keep your inept scribes from slowing me down. It would be a shame if such a technological marvel went to waste. Proctor Ingram wants to talk to you. Better hop to it before she releases the hounds. Shouldn't you be building us some actuators? Prime isn't going to start moving on his own, you know. Let me finish up here, and I'll meet you at the airport. Excuse me, but this is a private research site. If you're here to study these robots, I'll have to insist you relocate to somewhere else. My name's Professor Scara, and in answer to what I expect to be your next question, Professor is my first name, not my title. The whole thing's rather complicated. Perhaps I'll explain it to you sometime. There's nothing to worry about, Paladin. Just head up the gantry and plug in the agitator. It all comes down to this. Thank you for letting me be a part of it. Well, don't stand here looking at me. You should be following Liberty Prime. Make sure Prime gets to the Institute in one piece, or all this was for nothing. Good luck, Paladin. I hope you return safely. I'm glad you returned safely from the Institute, Sentinel. I've taken over robotic repair duties from Proctor Ingram. It's the least I can do. There's plenty to fix aboard this ship. How did it ever get in such a state? Proctor Ingram's been kind enough to allow me to stay aboard the Pridwin. Hopefully I can bring some order to the chaos up here on the Pridwin. As a reward for my service, Elder Maxton allows Dr. Duff to visit me sometimes. It's much more interesting working up here than scouring the Commonwealth for robot parts. You did a fine job helping to destroy the Institute, Sentinel. Hello again, Sentinel. I trust all is well with you. Sorry, Sentinel. I have quite a few things I must attend to. Proctor, all the readouts look green. I think it's time for you to activate the power transfer. All right, Ingram. I think he gets the point. I would advise against that. Look, I'm interested. I just don't want to abandon my research here. I don't know. I'd really like to get all of my work done here first. I'm in total agreement with Proctor Ingram. The honor should belong to you. Give him a moment. He needs to adjust to his new configuration. And seriously, growing synths from the ground using recombinant plant nuclei? I mean, how could they even... Where are you going? Was it something I said? Oh no. We've been talking about this, remember? After last time, the shouting, me sleeping on the cold floor of the lab for 3 nights. Oh, look, we have a visitor. Dr. Duff, dear, if you could bother them while I walk away from this conversation. I'm not mad at you, just frustrated. It might look like a mess, but I have a specific way of organizing everything that I own. Duff, if I've told you once, I've told you 1,000 times. Stop rearranging my workspace. You're driving me crazy. Dare I ask, which color of experiment you want help on? Dr. Duff handles all the visitors. Bother her. Despite my recommendations, the city allows anyone to use our equipment. Feel free. I'm in the middle of a million things. I have to stay focused. Please, the research I do here is delicate. Stay out of my way. Which one? You always do too many at once. How am I expected to keep track of all of them?